the hour-by-hour timeline of when we'll start to see those showers to come on in. Otherwise, stepping out to a mild start. Most of us are dry this morning, at least at this point, 40s to 50s and some fog, which we'll also take a look at later. Though the next 12 hours, we do even have a chance of a thunderstorm later on this afternoon towards this evening. It's not going to look like what we had yesterday with all those severe storms kind of firing off towards the west. But we are going to see a little bit of sunshine before those thunderstorms come by the afternoon. Temperature-wise, in the 50s this morning, back to the 60s by noon, and then again comes the showers and the storm chance, which we're going to show you a little bit later. Scotty.
All right, Katherine, thank you. Fox Carolina is getting answers about your upstate road concerns, and we have a Fox Carolina follow-up now on a major highway.
Getting a little wet here this morning. So a closer look at our first alert radar. You can see off towards western North Carolina from Asheville towards Hendersonville over I-40, but moving down south into Greenville County, we do have some rain. Most of this being light spotty showers, but picking up even a moderate shower just over Greenville right now. Down south towards Piedmont over 85, up towards Easley, Pickens, Highland. This is where we see some spotty showers, which will be the case even by the afternoon and evening too. But this morning, bulk of this coming into western North Carolina, right over 26 towards Black Mountain. Even a little chance of maybe in the highest elevations of some cooler air rushing on through and some sleet potential. Black Mountain towards I-40, south towards Hoopers Creek into Flat Rock and Brevard. Otherwise, by the afternoon and evening, we will start to pick up more showers, a little breakthrough mid to late morning, some clearing, and then even a chance of one of these to turn into an isolated storm later on today. But by lunchtime, we could see some spotty showers come on through from Hendersonville down towards Spartanburg County and then moving into Greenville, Anderson, really anywhere on the map. Maybe even some highest elevation chances of some sleet again and some snow showers into areas towards the Tennessee state line. Otherwise, from Lawrence down towards Greenville, the last little round coming from about 6 to 8, showing we really don't pick up a whole lot. So this is not going to be a rainmaker day for us. This was pretty much yesterday where we did pick up more totals. Today is going to be a couple tenths of an inch, if that, across the area. Showing mild all around. Those spotty showers could come in the way for any Friday afternoon and evening plans. Otherwise, highs in the 50s, mid to upper 50s for the mountains and mid 60s for the upstate. Looking at a better weekend in general. Clearing, drying, back to full on sunshine. Saturday into Sunday, the 60s for us on Saturday, a low 70 on Sunday, and warming into next week here for us. So back to some 80s on Monday, mostly sunny and windy conditions. It doesn't last too long. It is off towards Pickens and Oconee County north into areas like Franklin into the very east. But other than that, we are picking up some showers, which right now actually may be in Greenville County. So a closer look here into Greenville, where we're seeing most of this being light rain, but picking up some moderate downpours just to the northwest into Malden down south towards Fountain and Piedmont over 385. So expect some wet roadways even off towards Spartanburg County, just to the very west of Spartanburg. Highland north towards the mountains, we do find more rain from Black Mountain down towards Hoopers Creek into Flat Rock, that is, off towards Columbus, towards I-40, and then into Marshall as well. Temperatures right now, mild start, cloud covers lingering out there, 50s and 40s. Grab the rain gear before you head on out, and just know your morning commute may take you a little bit longer because we do have some fog out there on top of those wet roadways from Union down towards areas into Pickens, Oconee County, those areas, and then north towards Franklin. So all of this, we'll talk about how it does either progress or decline throughout the day and into the weekend coming up later. Scotty.
All right, Katherine, thank you. 5:01 now. We start with new details out of Anderson County. One of the women accused of helping cover up the murder of her roommate now has the option to get out of jail. 20-year-old Jessica Barnes.
Into the upstate, where we're actually seeing some as well. From Greenville County off towards Spartanburg, just starting to enter Spartanburg, where we didn't even see this about 15 minutes ago. But it's now there from south of Fingerville down towards 29, a moderate downpour picking up just west of Spartanburg when you enter into Greenville County. And then coming into 385 into areas like Malden, Fountain Inn, some misty conditions maybe into Greenville north and off towards Pickens and Easley, Piedmont. We're seeing the bulk of this into western North Carolina, and that's going to be the case throughout the next couple of hours, most likely. Until this afternoon, we're all going to get a chance again of maybe some moderate to some light showers again coming on through, and maybe even a thunderstorm, which we'll talk about. From Black Mountain down towards Hoopers Creek into Flat Rock, into areas 25 north, and then into I-42 down and even upwards towards Marshall's, where we see this rain. So continuing the next couple of hours, it is going to move off towards the east. We get a little break most likely, and then by the afternoon, we're right back to it with a chance of isolated spotty showers to come on through. Very light rain, maybe a thunderstorm. Better odds towards the east, though, over I-77 than off towards Charlotte in general. But from Asheville towards Hendersonville, by lunchtime, prepare to run into a shower. Picking up by 2 to 4 from over 85 into Greenville and Anderson. The mountains, again, Franklin towards Asheville and Hendersonville. Down south towards Lawrence, south of 85, better shots from 6 to 8. And then we are clear and we are done with any sort of rain chances. Not picking up a whole lot of rain. Future track showing maybe a 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch here in certain areas. Overall, it's going to be a mild Friday. Definitely cool for mid-April, but mild in general with 60s back into place for us. Mid-50s for the mountains. Saturday and Sunday looking much drier, brighter, 60s and 70s, even an 80 to come on Monday. So the start of next week looking a little warmer with temperatures dipping by Tuesday. Maybe a rain chance for the mountains Monday into Tuesday night. And for you, highs going at least from the 70s to the 60s into next week. Scotty.
All right, Katherine.
The showers moving pretty quick, though, off towards the east, at least through the upstate. Spotty showers into Highland area, western North Carolina. A closer look, though, at where we're seeing the rain here. Currently, first alert radar. You can see bulk of this into western North Carolina from areas like Marshall down south, moving east pretty quickly throughout the morning. Now, starting to get clearing into Greenville County. A few misty conditions out there, but bulk of this into Spartanburg off towards the east. Just clipping areas like Fountain Inn off towards 26. Moving north into Spartanburg, picking up a moderate shower right now, but that's going to move east towards Gaffney here in the next 15 minutes or so. Fingerville also showing some rain. Highland, some spotty showers, but Black Mountain picking back up a bigger scattered shower into areas over I-40 into Morganton, Forest City, and Hoopers Creek a little wet too. So by 7, 8 o'clock, most of this will be out if you're moving and shifting off towards the east. A dry, at least time frame from about, I would say, 10 to noon, maybe earlier than that as well. And then also showing a good chance of maybe some showers coming back and some thunderstorms towards the afternoon and evening for us here. So by about lunchtime towards Greenville over 85, picking up and better odds off towards the east of the area as well versus the west of what we had mainly into yesterday. But Asheville towards Hendersonville, down towards Greenville, south into Lawrence, you can see bulk of this coming on through from 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and then we're looking much drier by the time this does end around 8, 9 into 10 o'clock. Only picking up about a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch of rain. We could see a general thunderstorm with this, but honestly, kind of looking at a drier afternoon time frame, at least for the first half of it, before we start to pull back in that chance of some more cloud cover and some showers. Highs in the 60s for us today. Hometown highs in Belton and Abbeville, 66 to 67, and 50s in the mountains. So a cooler April day, showing the cool weather sticking around into Saturday, but warming into next week. Even Sunday looking bright and sunny, and 80 on Monday. We get a cold front to come on through, knocking down our temperatures, maybe bringing in some mountain showers Monday into Tuesday actions.
In just a matter of hours, South Carolina is set to carry out its next execution. The call for last-minute
West Springs, Woodruff area. Again, just watch out for those showers to be moving off towards Surratt and to the east into Lockhart here the next 30 minutes or so. Seeing a little bit of some scattered rain as well into Black Mountain. Maybe could see some spotty snow showers in the highest elevations and portions of the mountains later on today. Otherwise, Dyersville into areas like Gilkey, south into Forest City. Seeing that rain. Morganton off towards the east. Again, trekking east the next really couple of hours, looking much drier for mid to late morning. Temps right now off to the 40s and 50s, so a mild start. Still want to grab that jacket here. Maybe a little cool for some, and waking up to foggy conditions out there. Those low mountain valley areas could be a bit of an issue just to the very east of Franklin, down towards Clemson, showing 5 miles worth of visibility, so not too bad. Nothing too thick across the area, but just a little fog here and there. Areas off towards the mountains to the very east, those dense fog advisories in place for McDowell south up until 8 o'clock this morning. Otherwise, we're looking ahead to a somewhat cool to mild day. Definitely cool for this time of year. 60s and sunshine for mid to late morning, early afternoon before we break out more rain chances and maybe pick up a thunderstorm too later on today. So we're going to take you through future track hour by hour coming up later. Let you know what we're going to see with rain on this Friday as we go throughout the day, and if it does trickle into Saturday and Sunday. But let's take a look at the roadways here this morning. Chris Scott, what's going on?
Yeah, just a reminder of everybody to watch watch out for the wet roadways and any ponding or anything like that in these heavy rains, so just be careful out there. Have a new accident in Greenville County, Malden Road at Augusta Road. That's Malden Road at Augusta Road. Travel times here at Pelham Road at 85 north and south right now. Starting to fill up in that northbound side here at exit 54, but nothing too major. Looking at the drive times, they're green still, 68, 66 on
down into Gaffney. Surratt looking dry, but I'm going to give it the next 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to start to see those showers shift east and moving into Union County a little bit more, even off towards just north of Cross Anchor. We're seeing the rain and mainly into Spartanburg. The mountains also seeing some rain from Grassy Creek over I-70 to Dyersville, Black Mountain down south towards Logan and Morganton. Those showers traveling closer to I-77 in Charlotte over the next couple of hours. So if you travel that way, you're going to see the rain. Otherwise, across the upstate from mid to late morning, dry. Clear, actually seeing some sunshine, which could help with these storms start to fire off towards the afternoon and evening. Partly cloudy skies overall today, so again, kind of bringing in some instability, maybe popping a thunderstorm. Better odds again towards 77 in Charlotte, but yeah, we could see one move on through western North Carolina into Greenville, just over 85 around 2 to 4 o'clock. Moving towards the south and southeast, picking up some more rain into areas of western North Carolina from Franklin towards Asheville and Hendersonville. And then by 6, 7, 8 o'clock, still seeing those chances of showers to 85 south, but looking much drier and done with any chance by 9, 10. Rain is minimal with this. About 1/10 of an inch in Spartanburg towards Gaffney, towards Bakersville. Otherwise, mainly looking at just a shower here and there. A thunderstorm chance off towards the east. Sunshine in 60s by noon. Staying relatively cool for mid-April today with hometown highs across the area in the mid-60s towards Union, 66. Lower 60s towards Gaffney, 62. 65 in Gray Court, 66 in Belton towards Seneca. 58 in Hendersonville and 52 in Waynesville. If you're wondering, where's our warmth? Where's the 70s and 80s? It is coming back for us into this weekend. By the end of it to the start of next week, we get another front to come on and help us knock down those temperatures, bringing in a shower chance in the mountains Monday to Tuesday. If here, I think by 7 o'clock, we're going to be much drier. Into Dyersville, so north into areas off towards the east of the mountains to Morganton, getting closer to areas like Charlotte. Temperatures are mild out there. Still grab that jacket. Could be a little chilly for some. 42 in Brevard, 46 in Hendersonville, 50 in Greenville, and 53 in Anderson. Very similar to what we had yesterday. A little bit of fog out there. Nothing too thick, which is great unless you're in the low valleys here of the mountains. And just off towards areas into Pickens and Oconee County, Clemson looking at 2 miles worth of visibility. And we want that perfect number 10, which we are seeing in some areas out there. So again, nothing too thick. Mountains do have that dense fog advisory just off towards the east of them, actually, into McDowell south up until 8 o'clock this morning. But otherwise, we are looking at a day of some dry time out there, some sunshine, but that's also going to give us maybe some fuel for a thunderstorm towards the afternoon and evening and some showers with the 60s, which we'll talk more about later if it could disrupt those plans for today. Plus what's ahead of us for the rest of the weekend and into next week, which I think you may like. Taking a look, though, at the roadways. Chris Scott, we got Greenville alerts going on.
Yeah, we have an accident clearing right now. Malden Road at Augusta Road. That's Malden Road at Augusta Road. That one should be out of the way here real soon. Spartanburg County, you two have an accident around California Avenue, right in between Howard Street and Asheville Highway. That one also not showing any extra delay. I think they're about to clear that one, if not already. And your drive times for now on this Friday morning look good. 85 south. 85 north. And
then into Forest City just towards the east there, Dyersville north into Grassy Creek. But this rain is moving out. We're going to have a dry most of the morning time frame from about 7 to noon. This is when we start to see a little bit more of some showers to come back through here for us. So they're going to start to pop back up around lunchtime, coming in from western North Carolina and then moving down south over 85 into Greenville County off towards Spartanburg. Starting to pick up even more, though, by 2, 3, 4 o'clock over 85, building maybe an isolated thunderstorm because you can see partly sunny skies. So bringing in that chance and better chance of a thunderstorm versus just straight cloud cover. I think we are going to see a decent amount of sunshine here and there through the clouds throughout the afternoon and evening. Still some dry time, especially off towards the west of Greenville, but you look towards the east and that's where we see the bulk of those showers, specifically off towards 77 and east of this with that better shot of the severe off towards Charlotte and east. For us, I think just a general thunderstorm and looking much clearer by 9, 10 o'clock. So expect this afternoon and evening potential to bring anywhere from a couple tenths of an inch of rain from Spartanburg towards Gaffney. So again, the east is where we mainly see this, the bulk of those showers and maybe some or 1 or 2 thunderstorms. Drawing though into Saturday and Sunday, a little cool for this time of year for April, the 60s. But I mean, tomorrow with the sunshine, dry conditions, it's going to be a nice day. Beautiful into Sunday, the 70s. If you're headed to the Masters forecast, Augusta National Golf Club this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, again, perfect weather. So great to be even watching. No rain delays, which is nice to be able to say, and see too for this time. Going into next week, the 80s for us on Monday. So that's when the warmth comes back into play, the warmest here for us into next week before we get another chance of some showers in the mountains. Some cooler and drier air comes into play by Tuesday, and then that's going to dip our highs to the 70s and 60s for the mountains into next week. Another look at what's going on the roads this morning. We've had some wet roads here and there, and to look at mountain alerts now with Chris.
Yeah,
Deputies say they've caught the man who stole air conditioning units from local businesses. How they finally tracked him down, we'll tell you.